as he continues his quest for history. And Vespa with a quick shot off the whistle, Jim.
And he jumps right into a cradle. He's got Lee in a bit of trouble here, but Lee's able to break out of it there and in on a shot of his own.
16,000 fans out of their seats as Vespa gets the first takedown, and quickly Spencer Lee with a reversal 2-2. How do you like that, Jim? Largest crowd ever here inside the Bryce Jordan Center. The last time Iowa came, back in 2018, just shy of 16,000. Spencer Lee, Jim, 33 pins in his career, 27 in the first period, 10 in the first minute. What more can you add?
Tell you what, I'm looking at the techniques that he's using here right now, because this is an important match here as far as team points here in this duel. Remember, these #1 ranked guys you don't have the typical 1-2 matchups like we've had this meet in the past. So Lee against Vespa here, heavy favorite. I look for him to start using pinning combinations. That's what he's thinking about, not necessarily going into tilts. He might grab one here, though. Gets the count, takes the lead.
Textbook Spencer Lee. Get on the legs and go to work on top with those tilts, the bars. Looking for his 7th consecutive pin.
And that's one reason why Vespa may be out here, the knowledge that he might be a little bit tougher and maybe weather this down below here, stay off his back. Pretty wiry guy.
Potentially dangerous, whistled with 1:44. Time All-American Eric Barnett. It was 10-1 after the first period. Got the pin in the second period.
Yeah, look at him go right for the wing, though. Right there, up there high, getting his shoulder behind it right there. He's going to come back and grab the wrist and look for the tilt, but let's see how he finishes this off. He gets the count again one more time.
3-1,000.
Again, where does he go from here? Does he try to go ahead and go high and look for the, try to turn the shoulders?
Same.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Spencer Lee, potentially dangerous.
J.R. Johnson, the official, he put quick on that. I wouldn't say quick, but just a quick whistle. Sees that technique right here. Tilting him one more time. Got the 4 count.
What's the most important thing he does, Jim, with that pressure on top?
Well, I tell you what, he just puts all that pressure, putting those shoulders up into the ear almost, and now he comes back in his grip and his basically his bicep grip right there. We can go ahead and just pin a guy to his body right there, and he gets it.
Well, he gets the tech fall. He does not get the pin. That could be significant when it's all said and done. Saw Spencer Lee, who has now won 49 straight. Here's Roman Bravo Young. He's right on his heels. He's won 45 straight. A lot of talent in this building tonight, Jim.
We talked about that often here about, when he first came on the scene. I'll just say this again. He's known for the backflip there off the single leg counter from his feet. Did that against the Lehigh match, and everybody was oohing and on. But, the wrestling that he's done in the national finals against Dayton Fix, really good, solid wrestling. Getting the quick angle, the go-behinds right there. Good job by Teskey reacting to all that.
No score halfway through this first period. Teskey originally from Fort Dodge, Iowa. In his 5th year, as you mentioned, started at Penn State, went to UNI, was a Big 12 champion in 2021. 2-time national qualifier.
Look for Teskey to come hard with that right collar right there. He didn't really follow it up, but coming. Nice job there, working off the 2-on-1. It really doesn't have any confidence to maybe move into a shot right there. The speed of Bravo Young is just amazing here, and how he goes misdirection on guys. Makes you feel like he's going one direction, shooting just to create action. Crowd wanted a stall call there, but that's there's a follow-up shot here, and he gets it.
Gets the stall call, RBI. RBI hunts it down, he gets the takedown.
Easy, gentlemen.
Aaron Brooks there in the top position. He can control the guy when he needs to. And if it's running a leg down, if it's staying with the guy, scooping the leg is what he's done right here. We saw the speed, we've seen the quickness and everything, but this is where the tough wrestling turns over, and this is what he's done to be able to win national championships, stay in the top position at the end of the period. And he definitely wants to try to keep Teskey down here.
10 seconds away from doing that. There's another trip.
1,000, 2,000,
you see the counts on the drop down. Makes the adjustments. 2-0. Teskey starting period on bottom.
Oh, there's a scoop right there, the near leg. Putting a lot of pressure on Teskey's head right there. Has the chin, maybe looking for the cradle. Teskey sensing that here, covering the fingers underneath.
Roman Bravo Young with that first period takedown, now in duels, 61 takedowns scored. He's given up 2, but he's also very good on top, as you alluded to, Jim. 5 times he's accumulated a riding time point, and he's got riding time over 60 seconds here in the second period.
Coming back to that, head fulcrum right there, getting that head. You called it a coffee grinder last week, and everybody from Ohio wanted to know what you're talking about.
It's a coffee grinder. That's what we call it in Wisconsin. Teske with an escape. He's on the board with that tally, 2-1 score. A couple of 4-time state champions in high school. Teske for Iowa. Roman Bravo Young from Arizona, Sunnyside High School.
Both athletes pretty square on right now.
Fingers, get out of them.
That was a big recruiting class for Penn State. There you get a look at those notable recruits. Of course, Michael Beard is now at Lehigh, and Brooks Bravo Young and Brody Teske was part of that class before heading to UNI.
I'd say that class has worked out pretty well.
Seth Nevels was in that class as well for Penn State. Short time, 25 seconds here in the second period. Teske's been able to slow this match down.
He really has. He's done a nice job here. I know the crowd has got on the official J.R. Johnson a little bit, but it really has to be followed up here. The guy who's going to get the stalling call is RBY. If he can drop in and get shots like that.
Gets a double leg, second takedown of the match. It comes in short time.
2-1.
Those takedowns inside 10-15 seconds. We're neutral here to begin third period.
So many times guys get on shots and there's no activity with the lower body. You can see where he got another quick little angle there and was able to drive through, get the shot.
Spencer Lee, a tech fall at 125. RBY and the Nittany Lions looking to answer here at 133. And of course, in a dual meet, Jim, if you're Teske, you want to keep this to a regular decision, but it's going to be tough to stop that.
Great job of clearing out of that tie by Teske here and diving back in on that right ankle, all right, of Teske here with the leg band on it right there with the red leg band. Coming back and finishing, that was a thing of beauty. Not only was he quick, and we always admired his quickness here, but the angle he was able to attack from, just fantastic. Now a duck to the other side.
Teske's been hit for stalling once.
But I see him staying right there in the middle. Right? I know he hasn't been very active, but it's pretty hard to chase this RBY down. He would like to see if he's got a good shot right there. If he can go ahead, test himself, get the shot.
40 red.
And there's the second stall call of points to the Nittany Lion.
That was earned by Roman Bravo Young right there. Just the aggression, staying in the middle.
So now it's 7-2. And now riding time is locked up, so he's up by 6. He'll need a takedown and a ride out to get the major decision.
He's really stalking hard right now. Teske on a shot. You're right into the quickness of Bravo Young. He's able to go ahead and lock up the cradle.
Roman Bravo Young looking for the fall. He's got him tight. And he gets the slap of the Resolites. This one, first time these two have met in their careers. Here we go at 141 with Woods and Bartlett. Quickly in with an attack, but countered by the Nittany Lions.
And there's, you see the explosiveness of real Woods. He's able to drop into a headlock there. Now comes back into Whizzer. Great job of rolling through by both guys.
Single leg here for Woods on the edge.
You're still on.
Right now, you can get the sense that Bartlett is trying to get off the mat right now. You don't want to sacrifice the position. There he does a great job of squaring up his hips on Woods. How about this first 20 seconds?
Showdown. Woods coming from Stanford, where he was a 2-time All-American, won a couple of Pac-12 titles.
And Woods is really coming hard at that right leg of Bartlett. He's, that last shot right there, he got Bartlett to react more than anything. He put his hand down, didn't really go for the leg. The first shot he did. Right there, he got to it again. He's got his head in good position here. Bartlett comes back over the top. Right there, he's getting sit to his rear end a little bit. Scooping the leg is real Woods in this situation. See how he's got that, his right leg is using the scoop. Now Bartlett getting out of it. How did he get out of that?
We've seen him do some crazy stuff on a wrestling mat. Great athleticism as he continues to fight the single leg from the Hawkeye Woods.
Yeah, he's looking to come back in. Now Woods has shelved that leg on his right thigh.
Neutral, gentlemen.
Still neutral. He's on the outside of the leg, and he'll get the 2. Boy, that was persistent.
1,000.
And with that pin from RBY at 133, you said it, Jim, the Hawkeyes need to answer.
This is it. This is the match, and Woods comes out here and really does a nice job, gets on the right-hand side. Good controlling ride.
And we've seen from Woods the last couple of matches, he's a quick starter, but he slows down a little bit.
Well, he does, but it just, right now, this is a real testing match here for Woods. To be in this environment, from 16,000 people who do not want to see you do well, and against a talented athlete. And right now, it's up to Bartlett to try to answer this head lever situation. Good ride on the right-hand side, totally committed. Look at how that weight he's putting on there. Good tight waist ride, getting down there low. Attacking with that head lever / coffee grinder, Ohio.
Riding time coming up on 1 minute. 40 seconds here in this first period. This would be huge for Woods if he finishes this period on top, keeps a 2-0 lead to the second period. He's got that near ankle scooped up. Cross wrist.
Yeah, good cross wrist ride. I like what he did right there. He's sagging on it. Now right now he's coming back to that head lever position. Good solid tight waist allows him to do that. Right now, if you're Bartlett, you want to try to get a little bit of elevation. Maybe sneak a whizzer in here. You can go ahead and do that.
Final seconds here in this first period.
Work to improve, gentlemen. Work to improve.
Woods leads it 2-0. But some good action early on off the whistle. And a good breakdown off the whistle. But good work from Bartlett to get that escape.
Yeah, that was the explosion that we're talking about that he needed. Now, in this situation, we'll see if he gets back on his offense. And he's the type of guy that likes to blow right through you from space. I mean, this hand on the head that Woods is going to go ahead and put out there. Woods is kind of keeping him away, measuring him, maybe to make him shoot from a little bit further out than what he's used to.
Woods a 6th place finish at the national tournament last March in Detroit. Bartlett was 1-2 following a 7th place finish at Big Tens. Again, that was up at 149. We're 2-1, 1:15 here in the second period. Collar tie right side from Woods.
And this is where we've seen where Woods is able to go ahead and shut it down a little bit. You know, is not really looking for a shot all that much. We'll see if he changes his mind. Head position, but he's so tough to get through his head-hands defense, and he moves his feet real well, and he can go ahead and walk into you in the tie-up but keep his balance. Right there, see how he walks into Bartlett, but keeping his balance.
Staying center of the mat, right on that Nittany Lion logo.
Yeah, precious time, you know, ticking away here for Bartlett. It's something that he has to do is maybe increase the pace of this match here, get an attack off. What does he see? Again, the left leg lead by Real Woods may be bothering him a little bit.
Goes to a 2-on-1.
Work through it, gentlemen. A lot of options. Work through it.
All these ties are to Woods' advantage here. Just he can feel everything that Bartlett's going to do with that ear-to-ear position.
14 seconds off this restart. Woods will have choice in the third as the seconds tick away and this second period is in the book. Woods pops to his feet.
Right now, you kind of got a decision to make here. You can really stay committed to the ride. You haven't had much success on your feet, not even basically an attempt on the feet, but Bartlett lets him go, so he's got to go ahead and get more than just one takedown in this match here, given the fact that he's given up so much riding time.
Into a chest lock position.
The important thing here for Woods is he's keeping that. See how he's got his hands up on the chin right there, pulling that chin down, that right hand right there with the tape job right there, pulling on that chin, sagging back. And right now, Woods is the guy who's at least a half head lower in the stance, right? Dropping on his stance, posting on his hands, right there, posting on his hands, staying low, measuring himself, measuring the height of his stance. Get into these third periods, Shane, sometimes you get out of your stance pretty easily.
Fundamentals so critical, especially when you're fatigued. 60 seconds left, Woods up by a pair. There's a shot from Bartlett, but again, that good defense, very quick from Real Woods.
And that's what, if you're Bartlett, you've got to start mixing that up. You've got to bring a couple of these things to the party.
Both guys undefeated this season.
riding time, getting close to being locked here in this situation. So Bartlett does get a takedown. He's going to need another escape and give an escape and to take him down. But you see that the poise of Real Woods in these situations here, ear to ear, even with his head stuffed right there, he's doing a great job of controlling the arm from the elbow down.
So now with 27 seconds left, riding time is secured. If you're Bartlett, you got to go something big.
You do. But, you know, shoot into something big. Shoot and come up. Shoot and come up, all right? Nice job of Woods reacting to it.
Again, Woods, good job maintaining territory. Final 10 seconds. Bartlett looking for something big. Just a workman-like performance from a Real Woods with their riding time .41.
I like the look in both these guys' eyes. You know, that would be calm. We've seen Seabrook do some amazing things, roll-throughs, and that length that he has out there. You know, he's taken all that stuff that he did back in Lisbon High School into Class A tournament level. Here, a guy that is a multi-sport athlete. And Levi Haines, he really likes to attack that right leg. Right there, you see that right leg of that one with the knee pad on it. He gets in there and he kind of like finishes like he's in a phone booth. He just lifts the guy straight up.
Seabrook wrestling last Friday night here inside the BJC against Michigan in front of 16,000. Did well, 3-1 in sudden victory over All-American Will Lewan.
Second attack to that leg that has the knee pad on it. Again, Levi will live there, but we've seen him in critical situations attack to that back leg as well. You know, you had to be open to the fact that both these guys would come out here real hard. You can see by the look in their eyes, they weren't intimidated, they're relaxed, they're coming out here and just going out there in maybe a little bit slower motion, but that means probably for an active third period, both guys.
There's a nice deep shot here from Haines.
Cut off pretty well. He goes ahead and, you know, gets the bottom leg, but Seabrook comes back over the top with that right foot inside the armpit.
We saw him last Sunday, Seabrook against Model, in a really good scramble to keep the Badger off the board.
And you see Seabrook is basically improving. See how he's got elbow deep around the phone booth. You got to blow out of the phone booth. You got to move him a little bit once you get in there. You got to knock him off of his hip a little bit, to his hip.
Short time in this first period.
There's the shot.
Attack here from Haines.
Other side, roll through there by Seabrook.
Passes an ankle. Haines elevating, he's got 10 seconds. Can he score late in the first?
Seabrook coming through, he's got to be careful not to give up the neutral danger call, and now he calls it potentially dangerous. The crowd doesn't like that one.
A lot of pressure on the back of Seabrook. Seabrook and Haines is scoreless.
Haines doing what he needs to do is get on the offensive and maybe get used to countering or the roll-through attempts there by Seabrook.
Seabrook with a deep waist.
He comes back into a bear hug, and he takes the knee down right there. And in the roll-through situation, Seabrook ends up back in on the leg. He'll probably... Now he limps out of it.
It looked like trouble for Haines, but knew exactly where he was. Phenomenal defense. And he gets the escape, and when it's all said and done, the Nittany Lions up by 1. Great wrestling. That was fun to watch by both guys. Here goes Seabrook again, trying to jack up those. Got an underhook on the left side.
Yeah, you can see that the height difference there for Seabrook. He really likes to jack guys up out of that position, out of their position they're normally used to wrestling, the height they're used to wrestling at.
Haines goes to a 2-on-1.
Great opportunity for when you're wrestling a guy like this that likes to stand up like that. You know you're going to get in. You know you're going to get to your shot, but it's what you do once you get in there, right there, that really makes the difference. Can you cut it off, create a better angle? It's not just getting to the leg, it's basically making another, you know, it's like running a down and out. You get to the out part of the pattern here quicker than what you normally would.
1-0 match. Half a minute here in the second period. Half shot there as Seabrook had that underhook momentarily.
Haines not getting enough clearance on his shot. He's not even getting good head-hands defense so far by Seabrook. Likes that right-handed underhook. That was hard on the collar tie.
I would say this, Jim. If it weren't for the singlets, I wouldn't know who's who.
Great reaction there by Levi Haines from Penn State.
Right into a claw right off the whistle. And now Seabrook able to get that quick escape. 1-1.
For a 1-1 match, this has been pretty exciting. Guys aren't standing around. Now we haven't seen as solid attacks, and I think that's a lot to do with the credit that Seabrook has. Good defense so far when Haines has got in there.
Would you agree, Jim? Oh, good level change here from Haines.
And he does get this one.
And he's got the takedown. He leads it 3-1. You see the drop down counts? He's able to work up. Big takedown. And now he's got him in trouble on his back.
Just a 1 count.
No near fall points.
Seabrook is dangerous in this situation. Let's see if he tries to come through with another roll off of this.
Haines has that near ankle scooped up.
See how he's coming back into a big move right there. Haines feels it, gives him the escape.
He's got 50 seconds, does Seabrook. He trails it by 1. If you're Seabrook, Jim, you got 35 seconds.
Yeah, look for something wild right here. Really rushing an underhook. You see how Haines is able to dip that elbow inside of his underhook. And now we're going to see if he can shoot. He can. He gets to around the waist. Can he do anything with that? He almost gets his hands locked right there. Moves straight off the mat. There's usually a stall warning. Good job by Haines coming to that underhook. Now staying in that circle, moving his feet really well. He deserved it with that shot. Back in on the shot one more time.
Levi Haines,
3-2. How about that walkout song? It's not a song, it's a warning.
It's a beat. It's a warning.
It's
Good
a warning.
way to put it.
Bad weather.
See the bonus points? Roman Bravo Young getting a fall at 133. Carter Starocci has won 38 straight. Two-time national champion. And with Carter Starocci, Jim, you know where he lives because the door has a sign on it that says, "Beware of dog." He's got some dog in him.
Yeah, he really does. The dog is large in this one. Had an opportunity to talk to him, meet his dad here, leaning over the thing, and big fans of the broadcast and everything. And it takes me back to that first match that we did with him when he was going against Logan Massa. Massa was favored in the match, but didn't know that much about Starocci. And all of a sudden, this freshman is just staying in the match, staying in the match. And all of a sudden, you just got a sense of the competitor that he was. And I think he's got to be one of the most competitive guys I've seen in 40 years.
He just loves to be in those tough positions. He's comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But Nelson Brands, Jim, he's a guy going to maintain good position. Very tough to score on. He's not a guy that gives up bonus points.
No.
We had that match last Friday against Mikey Labriola, second ranked in the country, and he wrestled him tough to a 3-2 decision.
Hey, if you go out there feeling bad against Nelson Brands, he's going to light you up, right? But it takes a while for him to get that confidence that he can go ahead and get to his offense. So you got to be feeling good to put up a lot of points on Brands. A lot of heavy collar ties type stuff, and Starocci doesn't mind being here. You mentioned it before, it's when the match gets tough, this guy really enjoys it.
He does. Think about that national final last March against Micaiah Lewis, 6-5 in the first tiebreaker. Year previous over Michael Kemmer, 3-1 in sudden victory to win the national crown. That a couple weeks after losing to Kemmer in the Big Ten final. Shot here from Starocci, but Brands, solid defense, squares up, back to his feet.
It's right back into a collar snap there for Brands. after the shot. Now this is a control tie situation here for Starocci. Does he follow it up with any? These guys are really working each other's collars hard. There's another shot there by Starocci. Looking for the crowd to get into this and buy him a stall warning at least.
0-0, 10 seconds in the first period.
Shane, you could coach that guy. Good mat return, a nice job of popping back up here, knees up close to the chest. Coming across here, Brand's battling here, brings his hips in. Starocci comes back and makes the quick turn in.
There's an escape on the board for Starocci, the 2021 Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Now, he didn't get a stall warning on that one, but I'm going to put that one on the crowd. You know, before, you know, they didn't get enough energy in this building here to buy Starocci that first stall warning set there, because he attacked probably 3-4 times and didn't get anything out of it.
You see some of that footwork from Starocci. Him and Roman Bravo Young, a lot of time spent with footwork. Move your hands, move your feet. Slow feet don't eat. From Roman Bravo Young, I've heard that before. Starocci, quick with the feet as well.
Here they come.
But Brand's Jim doing a nice job. He's moving forward, keeping territory at the moment anyways.
He's presenting himself, kind of, you know, but he hasn't backed up one step of the way, and he's beating Starocci to the inside ties there, particularly with the left arm. Now coming over the top with a collar, straight on double leg.
No stall calls on Brands. Been able to neutralize the offense of Starocci on his feet. You knew Nelson Brands was going to come to battle, Jim. We knew that.
And he's doing more than just that. He's battling. He's starting to look for maybe his shot as well. 13 seconds, not left time, much time. Now he gets the stall warning, but that may come into play later in the match with the aggression of Starocci. But again, like you said, Nelson Brands has presented himself. Brands not bad in the bottom position. I think that if there is an advantage here for Starocci, he rides on the right-hand side. Right there, see how he just widens the legs of the table there with that leg scoop. Wouldn't be surprised if he reaches down and hits that ankle pick. Chopping hard. Good job of Brands of turning into that technique, but again, this is a position that he has a little bit more difficult time in when you're riding on the right-hand side. See what type of adjustments he's making with Starocci. Some sort of changeover, maybe to get Starocci on the other side.
Riding time at 30 seconds for Starocci.
Yeah, right there, attack the far leg. Come hard with that chop. If you can't chop it, push it away. But the reason why we're this far into this here is that Nelson Brands is doing a nice job of keeping his chest up, wrinkle in the back of his neck.
Brands trying to work up.
Now he's giving up that wrist ride, but oh, just a cross wrist ride right there. Goes over 1 minute of riding time.
Brands to his feet. Starocci stays right with him and out of bounds. Escape in the seconds. Run on the entire third period for the 2-0 victory. Credit Brands. 1-1. 25 seconds. I mean, he's in position, Jim.
He's opportunity to steal one right now. Can he go ahead and dive in and get some penetration on a shot? He likes to go ahead and Starocci has not been called for stalling, but he's basically backpedaling here pretty hard right now. Less than 10 seconds in the match. No penetration by Brands. He's doing a good job of chasing. There's the shot.
Second period escape. For the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes, who had started every duel up to this point. Instead, it's Drake Rhodes, a normal 165-pounder, Jim. He weighed in at 171. This is one tall task.
It really is. We see Aaron Brooks in on a shot. Of course, the two-time NCAA champion. He knows exactly what his job is out here, is to go out there and create bonus points, gets the first takedown.
Aaron Brooks, so fluid, fantastic at all positions, one of the greats in college wrestling. He is pretty inside that circle.
He really is. And not only when he probably won't see it much, but I don't think he's going to get tested too much on his feet. But his second shots and all that stuff are just as impressive as how he lowers his, changes his level. See the ankle pick right there. Kind of does as good a job as anybody's clearing off of that collar tie here. Comes over the over collar, comes to the elbow tie. See, got the elbow tie right there right now. Follows it up with an underhook. Now he's got an elbow tie on the other side. Comes back to an ankle pick. Great stuff.
Yeah, you'll hear the oohs and the ahs of 16,000. Whether you are a Penn State fan or even a Hawkeye fan, it's hard to not be impressed with Aaron Brooks. He is so skilled. Great on his feet, but he can ride. We saw that in the Nationals, guys.
It's just superb, you know, then honoring all their teams here today as they decided to do. Rose Bowl team, soccer, Big Ten women's champions.
Dance team, the band, throw in 16,000, you got yourself a party.
Yeah, you love a band, don't you, Shay?
I love a band. I love a band. If I'm a high school wrestling coach, my best friend inside the walls of the high school is the band director. Absolutely.
You played an instrument in high school?
You know what? I played trombone for a couple of years, but I'm not talented musically, so gave that up. But my girlfriend Lori first chaired trumpet, so
okay.
She loves the band. That's a big reason I love the band as well. Just adds so much to the environment. 6'2" Brooks, 55 seconds here in the first. And it goes without saying, Drake Rhodes trying to do all he can to keep bonus points off the board for Penn State. Far easier said than done. Able to fight out of that position, but for an ear fall to Brooks.
And it's already 10-2 here with that cross arm tilt. Broken free, he's kind of hovering over the top. Can he capture that wrist one more time? Not really a pinner during the course of his career, but is tough enough on the top to stay in those positions. Goes really hard. I like what he's doing. Of course, 171 pounds of Drake Rhodes is just not enough to go ahead and keep those wrists free and stay away from those tilts.
Brooks with a 10 spot on the board here in this first period. Over 2 minutes.
Good job of popping up to his feet. Kind of uncontested escape there by Brooks. Gave the escape right back on his offense.
Brooks so slick. Cadet world champ in 2017, junior world silver in 2018.
Jumps to the outside off that front headlock position, looking for the cradle. Kind of saw RBY do the same thing here when he was able to go ahead and stuff the head and come off to the side here and look for that near cradle.
Makes it look so easy.
I was just doing a bow and arrow cradle, sticking that head in the ribs. Drake Rhodes doing a nice job putting that left hip down and competing in this situation. But it's already 14-4.
Saw a pin from Roman Bravo Young, a tech fall from Spencer Lee. Carter Starocci's decision as a stall is hit on Rhodes. Pulls Penn State to within 2. They trail it 14-12.
That's a dual meet call. You're dominating a guy. He's down there. He's popping up. He's doing everything
he's in survival mode.
He's survival mode, and all of a sudden, J.R. Johnson lays one on him like that. That's a dual meet call.
Gets behind for 2 more.
One red.
Brooks looking for 2 more on the edge. Going to create some real estate for himself. Single leg.
Sits it right back down and collects the 2.
With over 3 minutes of riding time, that's actually locked up. first period pins for Penn State. That was the prediction for Bo Nickel.
Nothing yet.
I have some
Nothing.
Micah Parsons stuff on Instagram. Again, at B1G Wrestling on Instagram. Good, powerful mat return here from Aaron Brooks as he's got a 20 spot on the board. Looks like a football score at 20-6.
Really does. Speaking of Instagram, I wonder if we're going to get me saving you, right, from Micah Parsons in that.
Oh, he didn't want any. He had no answer for that underhook, Jim. Everybody saw it.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I saved Shane Sparks. He'll be ready to go next week.
Looking for a takedown and a tech fall, and there it is, 22-7.
Max Dean, the NCAA runner-up and last year's NCAA champion, he seems to be the guy that's had the magic in the tournament. And Warner, yeah, you just never know about this guy. You know, he does have the skills in the top position. He can keep it close. He's got good defense. But I see something in his eyes here today, at least early part of this match. He seems riled up, you know, ready to go. I think we're going to see the best that he has to offer here today. And Max Dean, you know, he's like wrestling that old coach. He has all the tricks. He's got all the angles. He's got good, you know, shots, good finishes. He takes you to your back.
Well, that dual meet last year inside Carver Hawkeye Arena with that duel hanging in the balance. He was down 3-0 going to the third period. Warner was beginning period on top where he's very strong. An escape, a takedown, and then, of course, that excruciating bow and arrow. I mean, we felt that one Matt's side last January. Gets the 4-point turn and gets the 8-3 decision, scoring 8 unanswered.
He did the match last year in the NCAA finals, and that was just a battle just like what we're seeing right here. Guys going hard on the collar ties. We've seen this all match here, all meet with the different weight classes. Dean slips in on the leg there, fought off pretty well. He'll pummel back in with that right arm over the top of that underhook.
Dean from Lowell, Michigan. You mentioned, Jim, that runner-up finish in 2019. That was down at 184, wrestling for Cornell at the time before coming to State College.
Yeah, but going back to that national finals match last year, it just appeared that Warner had it going his way as far as keeping the match close, given the fact what happened in the duel with all the scoring at the end. And it just took that one shot from, you know, went across the body. And maybe it would be advised to get into the tiebreaker situation where he's pretty good in the top position himself. But Dean able to do just a quick go behind and won the national title.
That was a 3-2 final in Detroit. Dean beating Eric Schultz of Nebraska in Lincoln to win the Big Ten title. 40 seconds were 0-0.
Looking at Dean here, it looks like he's measuring, trying to get a shot off. Still plenty of time. Looks like he's looking to get free. So many of those Penn State wrestlers, when they try to break free, they not only break free, but they also try to create a quick little angle. They shuffle their feet, they drop their level. It's not just, you know, getting out or you know, it's not committed to getting out. It's just also creating another angle where they can go ahead and maybe get an attack in.
Warner and Dean a scoreless first in this duel.
Important sequence here for Warner just to buy himself a little bit of time here. A lot of forward pressure, trying to keep Dean on his hands, looking to get that tricep there, that left tricep. Now he knocks him off that base a couple times, coming all the way over with the claw ride.
You're still on, gentlemen. You're off.
Good sequence there for Warner and stopping the first moves of Dean.
Jacob Warner at the national tournament, 7th in 2019, 4th in 2021, and of course, 2nd on the podium to Dean last March. See what happens off the whistle here again. Dean trying to work up. Good pressure.
Good scoop there, right there on the near side. See how he's spreading that out? Nice job of Dean limping out of it. Beautiful little changeover. See how with that action, he's able to get him over on the other side of his body. Warner would prefer to be on that side. Good job of keeping balance.
Easy, gentlemen, easy.
And just like that, Jim, 39 seconds of riding time. We talk about it a lot.
Keep inside.
10, 15-second goes.
Set bottom, now top.
Cale Sanderson looks on. Penn State has won 38 straight duels. The Hawkeyes have won 15 straight.
Reversal situation, but actually Dean came out of it there, but good job. I love that, what he just did right there. Back pressure, brought his knees up to his chest. Forced the issue there, gets the escape.
Warner fortunate that he did not give up a reversal. And Dean does not allow that riding time to get to a minute. 1-0 match, 50 seconds here in the second. 17-14. Penn State leading Iowa. Each team has won 4 matches.
You know, Warner took a little gamble from the top position, decided to go ahead and suck him back into a crab right there, but just beautiful counter that action, rolling with it, kind of putting himself in an egg-like position where he brought his knees up to his chest and rolled out of that. Good work.
Dean and Warner wrestling neutral late in the second period. Only score. Second period escape by the Nittany Lion against Patrick Bruckey of Michigan. He was able to ride him and eventually beat him.
Yeah, what he does is as good as anybody in the country. He makes the guy carry his weight, and then he follows back around. Warner able to come up to his feet, gets up to a double leg, and he doesn't want to, allow Dean to finish that because he doesn't want to end up being in the Turk position. But he scoops that near leg.
Just tough wrestling there from Max Dean.
He's like a 200-pound bag of rocks that you put on the side of your body right there, and it's just tough to keep your balance.
Breaks him down.
Warner working hard, but you know what you got to do. You got to put that left hip down and lift that left leg out of that position. And you allow him to scoop that up, get to that bow and arrow.
So now Dean has erased all of Warner's riding time. He's working on his own. If he rides him, he beats him 2-0. And there's a stall call on Warner.
Yeah, that was just, a position call. And again, crowd got active. They deserved that call.
But if you're Warner here, Jim, what do you do?
Action, there you go. That's a little bit of action right there. Covers the fingers right there. Great job by Dean, locking in the crotch, and then not only just locking right there, but keeping his chest sealed to it.
Yes.
Right here, he went right back to it, probably a little bit early right there. Can Warner go ahead and put a little back pressure into him, get pressure back, and make the turn? It's kind of when you turn is important. Now he's giving up a wrist ride.
Listen to this crowd. They understand the situation. Max Dean.
Look at his footwork.
Takes riding time over a minute, and it's getting loud.
Just watching Max Dean's feet move when he's in the top position is a thing of beauty.
Max Dean rides Warner the entire third period. 2-0. But it does count between the ears. Kirkley beat him with 3 takedowns and rode him.
Yeah, that was pretty significant. And Kirkley's not the same wrestler that started this rivalry off here with his size. So I saw him start to come along the latter part of the season last year. But I'm impressed with Cassioppi's movement. This will be a fun one. And last year in this duel, I think it was a 7-2 score with Cassioppi, a pretty decent size win. But we saw the match they had in the semis of the Big Ten championships, which is crazy. The edge of the match wrestling that happened right there in the last 30 seconds, it was like an unbelievable sequence.
Yeah, Cassioppi got the reversal, and in doing so erased riding time, sent it to sudden victory, scored a takedown, I believe 20 seconds in to get the win. Iowa down by 6. If Cassioppi gets a pin, the first criteria, total falls. It'd be 1 each, and then it would go to total match points, and Iowa with 38, Penn State with 34. Jim, Cassioppi gets a pin. That, my friend, is how legends are made.
Yeah, that would be a legendary move here in this environment. But, you put out there in this situation, you're thinking about just moving the big man, just how can I get the quick angle? And one thing about Cassiope, we've learned he can attack both sides. And the beautiful thing about Greg Kirkley, he gets below the knee. When he attacks, he can get below that knee, even with a guy with great footwork like Cassiope. So that's where he's looking. He's looking to go attack below the knee.
Fingers.
Here's a single leg from Kirkley, going to treetop that out, and down they go into the resume, 2-0 for Kirkley.
Did you see how he dropped and kept the circle going there? That's just like, that was just artful.
That one shook me out of my seat. That is some force. Kirkley leading at 55 seconds in the first. Solid job in the top position.
Cassiope getting to his feet, gets the quick escape.
He's on the board, 2-1. Kirkley fourth at the national tournament last March. Cassiope seventh. All Americans colliding here at heavyweights. The We Are chants here inside the Bryce Jordan Center. Indoor attendance record tonight.
Yeah, look at what Kirkley's doing here with his wrist, okay? He doesn't really allow himself to get tied up very much. A guy with a good grip, right? You always like to have those heavyweights with good grips.
Switching sides, early second period.
But harassing the far wrist, and when he does it, now he comes back to a 2-on-1, buying a little time.
Riding time over 40 seconds for Kirkley.
Nice job of settling back right there by Kirkley. Just again, buying some time, trying to keep Cassiope in his hands. When he feels that pressure come back, they'll try to do something like that, attack the far knee,
nice
far ankle.
Pick.
Yeah, far ankle right there. But you see how he set that up? He put all that weight on his hands, right? And then when Cassiope came strong back, he dropped into the far ankle.
Work through it, gentlemen.
And lever
Work through
position. Riding time over a minute. Workmanlike up to this point for Kirkley, the number 2 ranked heavyweight in the country.
And again, I just saw this at the end of that last 30 seconds. Kirkley's grip is amazing. And the other thing, too, about his grip is he doesn't allow his wrist to get tied up very much either. He just rolls out of that the correct way. His hands are so important to his wrestling.
Set, now
Kirkley
green.
suffering his first loss of the season last Friday night, 3-1 to Mason Paris.
Nice.
Again.
That far ankle pick right there. Now drives to the far ankle and knocks him down. Not known so much as a leg rider, but look at all there's no weight on his knees hardly at all right there. He's putting a lot of his torso, his chest over the top of those hips, and it's attacking those wrists.
He's just blanketed over Cassiope.
Yeah, this is the same type of thing that you saw from Max Dean, what he's able to do, just make himself heavy.
Two minutes of riding time. And he's had Cassiope, Jim, flat.
Yeah, and Cassiope does a nice job. We see him drilling this in the room the other day here, trying to hit stand-ups from his belly. Gets down in this position, but only able to do enough to get up to his knees. Now that head lever back in that position. Good breakdown. Huge period for Kirkley.
Rides the Hawkeye the entire 2 minutes. I mean, Jim, that takes a ton out of you. Cassiope pin wins it for Iowa. They'd win it on match points. They're up by 4, 38-34.
You know, it's just what John Smith talks about being grabby. Watch the hands of Kirkley and how he's able to tie up the wrist of Cassiope. Right there. In this position, he's thinking about keeping his own balance. And if you're Tony Cassiope, if you can go ahead and drive in, get to a body lock, see how that grip right there, Cassiope trying to free his hand, can't get out of it.
There's a shot straight on, no setup. Riding time locked up, so Cassiope's down by 3.
Once again, getting his wrist controlled. You can't do anything if you're going to allow your wrist to get controlled. He's waving it around, trying to get out of it.
Kirkley just maintaining good position.
Again, catching Cassiope, reaching. Look at that left hand of Cassiope's constantly getting tied up with the wrist tie. Allows you to go ahead and keep your own balance, not leaning into your opponent. Again, control the man. When you're holding a lead, control the man from the elbow down to his wrist.
Stay on the mat.
Underhook on the right side until Cassiope trying to set something up.
Yeah, but look at the left wrist of Kirkfleet. He's got the right wrist of Cassiope all tied up. Doesn't like it, moves on, gets to better balance.
Drifts back to the center of the mat.
Good job of blocking the shoulders. Shane, I got to make a shout out today. My niece made the state wrestling tournament in the state of Iowa here. Just started wrestling in her first year, first year of sponsored wrestling. Congratulations, Callie Gibbons, on making it to state.
That's fantastic. And 16,000 come to their feet. 39 straight dual meet victories tonight.